Are Blood Knights any good in patch 5.3? This too smacks of a rhetorical question. They are good, they are legend. Rather, the issue is twofold. 1. How good are they? 2. Are they worth snatching from a raised dead pool if they suddenly become available? That is an issue of cost performance. Recruited for a hefty 1700 dark magic and 425 upkeep. On Ultra, this gets you 60 entities with 7,200 health between them. Keep this in mind as we go. Lots of cavalry in this game has a lot less than 60 entities on Ultra. Armor is 110 with shields blocking 30% of small arms fire, like Black Knights with lances and barding. Leadership of 65 is pretty robust, especially for undead. Speed 70 and charge speed 105 make this a bulky cavalry unit with sudden bursts of speed. Melee attack starts at 32, which is the same as bog standard Empire Swordsman, I must point out. Attack interval 5.1 is the restrained gap between animations we'd expect for Lance Cavalry. No splash damage. Melee defense starts out at a very robust 42, a figure I will respect. Weapon strength of 45 is split between base 30 and armor piercing 15, as in is twice as much base damage that can be soaked by armor than guaranteed damage through armor. This is important when comparing to other offerings. However, there is a bonus versus large of 22, and that's quite substantial, especially in a 60 entity unit, so melee attack 32 becomes 54 against crypt horrors, centaurs, and so on and so forth, with weapon strength raised along the way. Charge bonus is 72, a mighty and powerful figure, and mass is 1200 per entity or 200 more than Black Knight entities. That's not where the story ends, but I said that no mere tactic would turn Black Knights into armor-piercing or anti-large aces. Blood Knights are not elite armor-piercing units, but provide fantastical levels of anti-large dueling. Chaos Spawn are probably the perfect prey. The unit causes fear, can hide in forest, has standard undead features, and has two features that are emphatically not standard. First is the Hunger, which means the Blood Knights as a unit will be regenerating health while in melee combat. The Hex help those who help themselves, as in, you won't get entities back unless the surviving entities are at full health. The other is Frenzy, and wow, that's even better than Primal Fury most of the time. All of a sudden, melee attack jumps by 10, weapon strength goes up 10%, and charge bonus goes up by 10% too, so if morale isn't in a horrible state, that's in effect charge bonus 79, along with other benefits. That's a big deal, and instantly makes the starting stats look a lot better. In the Redline skills, Waking Dead at 3 pips grants plus 12 armor, and that's already 122 armor. Little clan rats will cry trying to scratch that steel. Melee attack plus 8 makes the rich richer and the bloody bloodier. Dread Knights would add weapon strength plus 12% because hitting harder is good, charge bonus plus 12 because violent clashing is good, and ward save 8% because less damage is also good. In the tech tree, it's a little different from the Black Knights. Turning Knightly Orders, in other words, upping your mortal resources department gain, grants plus 5 melee attack and melee defense, and also plus 15% charge bonus, which is just brutal. Delusions of Grandeur impacts us a bit more than with Corpse Carts, perhaps, providing minus 5% upkeep, minus 5% recruitment cost, and plus 2 recruit rank. So how do you use the Blood Knights? This is good to go over briefly because the cost in Dark Magic upkeep is stiff. What you're getting for this is a high-entity Wrecking Ball on the hoof, entirely competent in pitched melee, including against other cavalry in fights. A lot of those cavalry, in fact, they do not want to be in. But not being full armor-piercing is a limitation. This means their progress will be slowed, not halted, against high armor opponents, so your Razor Gore or Chaos Chariots, Cold War Knights, a lot of stuff. That said, Frenzy and Bonus versus Large 22 are serious boosts. So even without extra magical support, they're pretty ridiculous. And the Hunger is icing on the blood cake for mid-battle sustain. So the only bad way to use them is to get them spelled or shot to pieces before they can deliver value for you. They're not so slow they can't be used for backrank sniping, but it's just probably not what you'd prefer. I had it right the first time. This is a high charge bonus Wrecking Ball. Abuse it for all it's worth and trample the enemy underfoot. And by the enemy, hey, just because they have a bonus versus large doesn't mean 84 charge bonus plus 25% combined isn't going to ruffle murder infantry. Short of going toe-to-toe with Grimgore himself, there's not a lot out there that can claim a good matchup with them, only something that's a good trade, like a single-entity large unit hunter. Grimgore is officially man-sized and armored like a steam tank, and hits through armor like a cruise missile. That's why he is a bad matchup. Just respect that the fewer entities you're fighting, the less the unit can deploy all of its poking power in the fight. On the other hand, Blood Knights will simply maul large numbers of forces into a bloody paste. That's good for you and bad for the enemy. Watch out for masked handgunners and go at it. Take care, and have fun engaging in frenzied assaults on horseback. Show us what you can do with a nightmare, a lance, and a can-kill attitude.